Services Club. Santander says this was an IT issue. Is that as far as it goes, or is there more to this?
Well, there are technology challenges with any merger and integration of new banks. We've seen issues in the past. Having said that, the main concern is a consulting report that came out in the last week saying it probably wouldn't be until 2016 until the merger could take place effectively, and it's meant to be by the end of this year. So obviously, Santander said well, no deal.
Could it be that they're pulling out now to try and pick it up again in a couple of months' time for a much cheaper price?
I don't think that's viable. I think that would be unacceptable both to the government and RBS. Although having said that, if RBS cannot find another buyer, then potentially, yes, it could be a fire sale. But I don't see that happening. I think there's too many integration issues.
What does this mean for the thousands of business customers, and I think it's how many million?
1.8 million.
Yeah, 1.8 million retail customers. Is there any change here? Because presumably, ahead of this deal, a lot of the preparatory work had already been done.
All the preparatory work's been done. There's a new management team in place that would be being separated to merge into Santander if that had taken place. All the data's been set and structured so it can be taken into another operation. Having said that, Stephen Hester, the Chief Executive of RBS, is saying absolutely no impact on customers until they find a new buyer or until they work out what to do with this operation. It'll effectively stay as RBS customers for the foreseeable future.
And how much money potentially has been lost by both banks in this whole operation?
Well, there's a no-break fee for Santander, so they're not actually going to have a penalty, which shows that effectively this could not be completed when it was meant to be. It has cost them money in terms of they were going to close over 50 branches that overlapped with the 316 branches from RBS. Equally, RBS now is going to lose a lot of money because they had a £1.65 billion sale, and who's going to pay that today?
Which other banks are in the frame for this now, do you think?
Big question. I mean, who's going to buy these branches? There's been rumours around, for example, Virgin might want to expand their operation, having taken over Northern Rocks branches. I don't see that myself. I think the only viable buyer would be Newbank, which is a shell company created to create a new, transparent, open and honest UK bank by Lord Levine. They tried to buy these branches originally. They also tried to buy Northern Rocks branches. They tried to buy the branches that were sold to Co-op by Lloyds. They may reform because they closed their operations. They may reform, they may buy these branches.
And the deal, as it stood, £1.7 billion, was that a fair price, do you think?
Yes, I mean, it was above market value at the time. I don't think they'll get that price today because times have changed. And right now, most of the banks are trying to shore up capital reserves. So when we look for an overseas bank, for example, in Europe, there is no bank today that would want to buy new branches in the UK.
All right, Chris, thanks very much indeed for coming in. 13 minutes.